respond. You know, we'll have to wait and see. But they did have a nice road win against South Dakota earlier this season. And that nice little give and go action there. Again, as we talked about, it's an Arizona team. They're not real deep, but boy, they have all the pieces.
Shot clock at 5. This is Burries. He'll pull and bangs in a 3. He said, yo, you got these two highly touted prospects. Everyone's singing their praises, but they always look to me, ask me for my permission before they do anything with the team. They're such good kids.
To Dixie, you know, because being the Ivy League of the desert, we don't let anybody in. You got to get your grades together, so we'd send them to Dixie to get everything sorted out.
This is Potter. Going inside to Owaka, outside Trujillo. That's a 3. Good looking stroke.
One of the things that was most impressive about him, and he has gotten off to a terrific start this season.
He has scored the Trailblazers' last 6 points. Here comes Owaka, and he goes glass. Excellent start. This is Burries, the freshman. Slithers into the paint to the cup. Lefty finish. No. Peat on a stick back.
And you saw there, that's where physically.
Arizona Wildcats, number 13 team in the country. As Owaka continues his really impressive start. And he's doing it at both ends of the floor for Tommy Lloyd's bunch. Here's Peat. Boy, getting that footwork. Just masterful. 10 straight for the Wildcats. Bit of a tidal wave from this Arizona team at some point, but Utah Tech trying to hang tough.
And I love what he was able to do there. Just
Belonga, young man from France, playing a long way from home tonight. How about this start? Del Orso against the team that has all this talent. Belonga, shot clock at 9, deflected. Belonga, and here comes the freshman Peat. 3-on-1, and he drops it down. Pretty look to Bradley.
How about your power forward leading the break there with the no look for Bradley for the deuce.
Nice little inside floater.
Impressive to be on a list with guards, you know, for a power forward.
Beautiful drive and kick. Belonga able to dial up from deep. Much nice of our fabulous TNT Sports crew here from Tucson, Arizona. Just vicious. Pointed the wrong way. That's going to belong to Arizona. Jushawn Holt.
No shot quality. They have just really struggled to create space.
Owana lights the lamp from deep. And a badly needed 3 for Utah Tech.
And even that was a difficult shot that was able to finish, and then they get the turnover.
Here's a Uribe. Trujillo thought about the transition 3, instead goes glass. Uribe able to clean up the mess.
So that leads to an easy deuce. And even here, like it's a great shot to make.
As we cross the 3-minute mark before halftime, Utah Tech, a team at the Division I level in terms of full eligibility for only the 2nd year. Madiba Owana, another French national, and he's put his imprint on this one quickly. Burries into the corner for Trujillo. 11 to shoot, 19 left in the half. This is Potter on the box, spinning and hits. Tough shot over the top of Owaka. Tanner Davis making the start tonight for John Judkins. Utah Tech nearly turns it over a second time, and then they do the takeaway. Burries going to take it all the way home himself. Here comes Holt underneath. He's done that a couple of times tonight. Dribbled into traffic and trouble. 7th Utah Tech turnover, and that is Peat. What a job he has done to build year 5 for Tommy Lloyd here in Tucson. Only Brad Stevens with more victories first 4 years as a Division I head coach. 112 for Tommy Lloyd. And his Wildcats, boy, what a much better start here to the second half than what we saw to begin the night. Trailblazers trying to thwart that momentum, GA, after he took one on the chin to begin the half. This is Potter doing his dance, boy, and then he line drives it home. That little baby hook shot at their conference foe, Utah Valley. What a get for John Judkins. That is Bolanga. So back-to-back baskets, and it's down. So they get Potter rolling to the basket. Smart cut right off the inbounds from Trujillo. And a smart pass from one of their upperclassmen. So a 10-point game with 15 and change left. Here's Peat exploding to the rack.
On that baseline in space, there's just nothing anyone can do with someone that explosive.
Was sensational in the first half. 7 points at a big three. Here comes Owaka down the paint, sealed off nicely by Potter, and Owaka just had too much.
Yeah, all set up by what they're doing defensively, though.
Well, they need this badly. Barrett. Into the corner, Del Orso, corner pocket, three, splash!
Yeah, he picked up 2 quick ones the first 3 minutes, and at that point, especially when you don't have a lot of experience, it kind of takes you out of the game.
Potter, beautiful little stretch to the cup. Cole with Peat, but there's nothing he can't do with a basketball in his hands. Braden Burries squares up and hits. But right now with a 20-point lead with under 5 minutes left. Starts to bring in some of those guys at the end. Rivas! Hard two-handed flush.
I tell you, it was a beautiful setup by Burries, too, to get him in rhythm where he didn't have to do anything but gather and go up.
Davis, beautiful little baseline jumper.
Rivas working his way back, showing the explosiveness.
And determining just how far this Arizona team can go. Beautiful little spin. And Arizona keeps coming. As Bolanga misses from deep. What a beautiful pass. Aristode, the recipient. Even close. This was a 7-point halftime lead for Arizona. Utah Tech was all over them early. As Owana rips it back, misses on the baseline, and Davis, as we come up on the final 60 seconds here at McHale Center. Arnold slashes into the paint, cleans up his own miss, and is going to get himself on the box score. Sven Jotmo has checked into the game for Tommy Lloyd as well. Redshirt sophomore, another French national. Dario Domingos, big fella getting some for himself. Down to 44 seconds. Arnold wants a screen, gets it from Gay. Into the corner. Aristode from deep.
Yeah, it's memorable.
Well, this second half performance from Tommy Lloyd's Wildcats was memorable.